ABC 10 News at 7 starts now.
So if those supplies increase, we are poised and ready and can quickly ramp up.
San Diego County has the capacity to vaccinate more than 20,000 people a day, but the vaccine just isn't there. Good evening. I'm Kimberly Hunt.
And I'm Steve Atkinson. County leaders say that our supply is not keeping up with demand weeks after the rollout. Today, county leaders said that they expect to have the capacity to give about 30,000 vaccines a day by next week. But right now, they only have enough doses to give 10,000. That's the main reason people are having trouble making those appointments. There is still no timeline on when more vaccines will arrive.
And for people who do get an appointment, deciding whether to get a shot at the doctor's office or the county's vaccination sites can be confusing. ABC 10 News reporter Mimi Alcala takes an in-depth look at the process for Kaiser, Scripps, and Sharp.
That whole process was very easy.
For the COVID-19 vaccine, the County of San Diego has urged people to go through their healthcare provider if they have insurance and the vaccine is available. Rich Pickett was able to book an appointment online through Kaiser Permanente.
I simply went on site. It said create an e-visit, and one of the options was COVID-19 vaccine. So I clicked on that. Gave my reasons for requesting the vaccination for my volunteer work with Angel Flight West.
Pickett, who survived a difficult battle with COVID-19 last year, flies sick patients who need medical care to hospitals through the nonprofit Angel Flight West. The process of getting his first shot went smoothly, and he booked his second dose appointment before leaving.
They wouldn't let me leave until they scheduled it.
But many who do have health coverage are turning to the county's vaccination sites because the providers simply don't have enough doses to give. Kaiser, which has more than 9 million Californians in its network, is currently vaccinating healthcare workers and patients 75 years and older. When vaccines are available, appointments are made online, just like Pickett did. Scripps Health is offering vaccines by appointment only on a first-come, first-served basis to patients 65 and older. Patients who qualify will receive an email with a link to book through the My Scripps account. And Sharp is vaccinating its patients who are 75 and older. Patients get a vaccination invitation through Follow My Health, text or phone call. But all three healthcare systems say they have an extremely limited supply of the vaccines, so appointments aren't always available. They will be able to vaccinate more patients as more doses come in. And Kaiser says as manufacturers increase vaccine production, they anticipate larger deliveries in the coming weeks. One thing the healthcare systems and the county sites have in common, there is no out-of-pocket charge for your shot.
No cost.
The CDC says vaccine doses purchased with U.S. taxpayer money are given to Americans at no cost, but vaccination providers can charge a fee for administering the vaccine. If you have a plan with Kaiser or Sharp and received your first shot at a county site, both say it is possible to book your second dose through them if the supply is available. But Scripps says right now it can only offer second shots to patients who receive the first shot from them. Mimi Alcala, ABC 10 News.
Tomorrow, we will take an in-depth look at whether you can choose between getting the Moderna or the Pfizer vaccine.
For the second day in a row, new cases in the county fell below 1,000, and our test positivity rate was a promising 5%. However, 54 more San Diegans have lost their lives to COVID, pushing our total to more than 2,600. Homeless people are now getting vaccinated at the San Diego Convention Center. Our ABC 10 News reporter Rena Nakano looks at how the city and the county are working to get shots in the arms of underserved populations.
Homeless individuals 65 and over staying at the San Diego Convention Center are getting their COVID-19 vaccines. City firefighters are administering the shots.
That means City of San Diego stepping into a public health role. That isn't often what we do, but we do have the ability to do it.
The county gave the city 1,200 doses of the vaccine this week, while most will be given to essential city workers over 65 at Balboa Park. Around 100 are specifically allocated for the homeless population at the convention center. The mayor says his hope is to assist the county in both outreach and inoculations to serve these communities.
We believe that we can provide a surge capacity to get to some of our harder to reach communities, to get to other classifications who are not necessarily prioritized at the moment.
While the vaccinations at the convention center is a step in the right direction, the NAACP San Diego alerted the county that there are still groups of San Diegans who aren't being served. They say the Black and brown populations are getting vaccinated at less than half the rate they should be. They say while Black San Diegans represent 4.7% of the population, only 2.1% of all shots have gone to African Americans. And while Latinx makes up 33% of the population, only 13.6% of the vaccines have gone to that group. County Chair Nathan Fletcher explains that the demographics of the county as a whole are not the same as the people who are being vaccinated now, so the statistics should not be compared.
The demographics of healthcare workers and the demographics of seniors are different than the demographics of the county as a whole.
Fletcher says the county is working with nonprofits to tackle the equity issue for minority communities most impacted by COVID. Rena Nakano, ABC 10 News.
CVS pharmacies across California will soon begin offering COVID vaccinations. And this includes various locations in the county, including Carlsbad, Chula Vista, La Jolla, and San Diego. CVS will administer nearly 82,000 doses starting February 11th. You can make an appointment starting February 10th at cvs.com or by calling the number on your screen. We know there are a lot of questions and different experiences with the vaccine rollout. Our ABC 10 News in-depth team is committed to tracking down answers. Just send us an email at tips@10news.com.
San Diego now has its first flu death this season. According to the county, the man also had COVID. He was 65 years old and lived in the East County. There have been just 677 flu cases in San Diego this year. That's compared to more than 11,000 this time last year. 39 people have had flu and COVID at the same time.
Frustration is growing for business owners trying desperately for another round of federal stimulus loans. ABC 10 News reporter John Horn explains why a series of computer glitches could be keeping them from much needed cash.
Well, that's called Chaton la Mission Aubryon.
The French Gourmet's award-winning wine collection is now up for sale. It's how owner Michel Malico is trying to keep the money coming in.
Right now, the cash flow is very, very tight, so I am going to have to use a small line of credit.
The other way to get cash? A federal Paycheck Protection Program loan, a new round part of the stimulus package passed in December. Malico, who got an above-average $472,000 the first time, submitted his latest application last month, but is stuck in limbo because of a glitch.
It's very worrisome because I don't hear anything. I don't get any update.
The American Bankers Association fired off this letter to the Small Business Administration early last week. So far, multiple sources say the response has been underwhelming. The letter says incorrect error messages are coming for some second loan applications. It also says applicants are not getting any responses via the SBA's web messaging system when trying to clarify. Attorney Kelly Duford-Williams says her clients' applications are seeing similar fates.
It's been reviewed by the bank, it's ready to go. They saw no error, and then it gets rejected by the SBA software for an insignificant, incorrect reason.
The transition between administrations is ongoing. The hope is that the process smooths out once President Biden's nominee, Isabel Guzman, is confirmed. John Horn, ABC 10 News.
The SBA says it's beginning to address some of the concerns, including holding a national call with lenders. We have a breaking news update from 6 o'clock. Crews have knocked down in the apartment fire in Otay Mesa. Broke out around 5:30 at a two-story complex on 30th Street and Coronado Avenue. We're told 2 people were taken to the hospital, one with smoke inhalation. 2 pets also died. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
A group traveling the state trying to recall Governor Gavin Newsom stopped in San Diego today. They spent several hours gathering signatures outside City Hall. Organizers say Newsom has mishandled the pandemic and needs to be removed from office. 1.5 million valid signatures must be submitted by March 17th to get a recall on the ballot. 720,000 had been turned in as of mid-January. San Diego Congressman Juan Vargas is co-sponsoring a bill that would make sure that Dreamers are eligible for federal home loans. Lenders held off loaning to DACA recipients because of their uncertain status during the Trump administration. The Vargas bill clarifies that Dreamer status will have no bearing on a person's loan eligibility.
Former Chargers head coach Marty Schottenheimer is now in hospice care. Schottenheimer is suffering from Alzheimer's disease, and his family says they moved him to a hospice facility over the weekend in North Carolina. The 77-year-old coached the Chargers from 2002 to 2006 and was named NFL Coach of the Year in 2004.